Welcome to part 2 of our lesson on building your repertoire as a singer. Now, we've talked about what your repertoire is and why you need one. And we've talked about how to structure and keep your catalog. But now we're going to talk about actually selecting songs for your repertoire. Selecting songs to put in your catalog as a singer is about one thing: your singing level. You have to know where you're at as a singer and pick songs that fall in that level. Everyone starts out as a beginner. That's just the way it is, the way it should be. It's nothing to be ashamed of, and you shouldn't try to sing above your level until you're ready. So what kind of songs are good for beginners to put in their repertoire? The answer is begin with simple songs. Now, since you're just starting out, you'll want to choose songs that have a simple melody, a simple rhythm, and a narrow vocal range. Look, there's no point in learning a song outside of your range. You'll just put a strain on your voice, possibly damage it. And on top of all that, the song you're singing won't sound good and won't show your natural ability as a singer. Some good examples of songs that fit the bill for beginners are the traditional versions of Amazing Grace and Oh When the Saints Go Marching In, and songs like famous composers George and Ira Gershwin's Summertime, and You Are My Sunshine by Charles Mitchell and Jimmy Davis. When you get better and gain more experience as a singer, you'll reach what's called the intermediate level. Intermediate is the point between beginners and advanced singers, when you're better than you were when you started, but not ready for the advanced stuff yet. Songs for intermediate singers will have more complicated rhythm patterns, and they'll also have a wider vocal range. They also might have a fewer higher notes than you'd find in a beginner song, but nothing too extreme, either high or low. You might also find, as you start singing intermediate songs, that the melody you sing and what the piano or guitar or the other instruments play are not following each other the entire time, note for note. That's okay. Don't worry about it in the beginning. Just keep working at it. Some good examples of intermediate songs for your repertoire are Over the Rainbow from The Wizard of Oz. That one's also been redone by many of today's popular artists. Patsy Cline's song Crazy is also good for intermediate singers. And so is On the Street Where You Live from the famous musical My Fair Lady. So we've covered beginners and intermediate singers and what they need to look for when adding songs to the repertoire. In the last part of our lesson, we're going to talk about advanced singers and their repertoire needs. Things get a lot more complicated in the advanced level, so there's a lot more to cover. I'll see you in part 3.